out of his net. And here goes the Vancouver South with their first possession. And Reese Dutch, always a fan favorite here when he comes to the Colorado Loud House. Keegan ball, far side to the low corner. Corey Small finds Logan Schuss. The Reese Dutch outside shot, tries to bounce it short side, and that missed. And it's going to go over and back. The third member of our broadcast team in between the benches, former Mammoth captain John Gallant.
Trying to get their legs underneath them. You spoke earlier about an early flight. They're really trying to push this pace and get some energy off their bench early tonight, fellas.
Here's Eli McLaughlin, skips it far side, down on the stick of Jeremy Noble. One-on-one with Ian Hawksby. Gets a pick from Rouet. Noble shot, nice save there from Richards. And no rebound from the Vancouver goaltender, and he'll outlet to his captain, Curtis Hodgson. Hodgson gets across center, comes near side to Matt Beers. Watched there by Robert Hope. Beers trying to find an outlet, he finally does, and puts it in the stick of Reese Dutch. Dutch to McCready, far side low corner, Corey Small. Watched there by Greg Downing. Small tries to get it, takes the shot, Ward with the save, and Robert Hope picks up that loose ball. Nice early save there from Dylan Ward. Good to get him into the game early.
Yeah, absolutely. Both goalies are on their game right now. They're coming out, challenging the shots. Both teams look a little... Oh, here's...
Zach Greer in front, off the post from Jacob Rouet. Vancouver defense caught napping. Greer with a shot, and that one just missed wide. All the way out to center. McLaughlin has it, down to Rouet. Near side. Zach Greer, he plays a two-man game with Cam Holding, who's out for a shift. Oh, Greer with a shot, that gets knocked down by the stick of a Vancouver defender. And that shot goes off the junction. Holding, still with a backhand shot. And Tyler Richards again with a nice stick save. Ball's loose, 3 Mammoth pressing up. Gotta be careful they don't get trapped here now. Vancouver has a break the other way, 3-on-2. Now the Mammoth are back. Here's Logan Schuss. Nice job by Colorado to get off the bench. Batley, you can hear him screaming for too many men. Inside feed to McCready, he couldn't handle it. Jordan Gillies all over him. The loose ball picked up by Sweeting. And here comes Ilya Gaich. No numbers for Colorado, so they'll slow up. Gaich will hand off to John Grant Jr. He's watched closely by Beers. He'll bounce it far side, Noble. Noble gets a pick from Crawford. Two-man game and a moving pick called on Crawford. And that's a focus call by the NLL this year. They want to make sure guys aren't getting away with too much interference on those picks. And it cost Vancouver last night. When I talked to Coach Jamie Batley, he said they got that call called against them early in the game, but they didn't get it called on them late in the game as they were able to beat Calgary by a goal. Outside shot by Logan Schuss. Again, Dylan Ward makes an easy save. Long outlet pass has Creighton Reed. Vancouver's out early with Peter McFettridge, but Reed will slow things up. Give off to Greer. Greer had 3-3 in Buffalo. Quite an opening season debut in his new uniform. Inside feed, Ward, a pump fake, just dumped it over their near side post with little hesitation. Now, O'Doherty outlets it up the floor to Brendan Fowler.
Looks like Greer and Ward will continue their chemistry from last week's game against Buffalo. Just a simple pick and a roll to the cage.
Delayed penalty coming up here on the Colorado Mammoth.
We got a hold on that pick and roll, that last pick and roll by Vancouver, holding the stick by the Mammoth defender.
So the Vancouver Stealth will go to their first power play of the night. They were 2 for 5 against Calgary last night, and it looks like it's going to be Bryce Sweeting, number 94.
This might be the break the Vancouver Stealth need here. The Colorado Mammoth energy and speed has just been a little overwhelming here in the first 5 minutes, as Coach Batley here is really trying to rally his group here to get them going a little bit.
Easy call for the referees as Sweeting did hold the stick. 4:31 the time of the goal. Schuss with a shot near side off the short side shoulder of Dylan Ward and out of play.
Dylan Ward did not see that shot, gentlemen. Right off his shoulder and his helmet.
Dutch out there with Corey Small, Logan Schuss, who takes that shot. Durston, and near side is Keegan Ball. Schuss watched there by Coates. Flips it up to Corey Small. Small pump fake. Takes the shot, rang it off the post. Rebound to Keegan Ball, and he just missed it. Ball loose on the near side boards. And that's going to be Ilya Gaich going to go for a run. Short-handed. Has Greg Downing with him. Faced it down. He couldn't handle the pass. Then he gets knocked down, and Vancouver picks up the loose ball.
That was a great effort by Greg Downing and Ilya Geist shorthanded. As soon as Ilya picked up the ball, Downing was aware and just cut the middle. It's unfortunate he didn't catch the pass, but great effort.
Minute left on the penalty to Sweeting. 3 shots so far in the power play by the Stealth. Dutch to Small. Schuss down low, Jordan Durston. Back to Logan Schuss. Near side Dutch. Even Small play 1-2. High seal for Reese Dutch. He'll take the shot. Ward with the save. Loose ball, and it goes in. A trickler for Reese Dutch. And he gets his 3rd of the year. And Vancouver takes a 1-0 lead.
You could see that one coming from this vantage point. Vancouver really got the Mammoth short man team spread out there, and that double pick coming across, very difficult to defend if you're a defender up top, focusing on the ball, and you're getting back picked there. Vancouver shooter able to come right down the middle and let that shot go.
Dylan Ward made the initial save, and the ball got caught up in his leg pads, and as he fell backwards, he actually flipped it into his own net. So an unlucky break there for the Mammoth goaltender, and Vancouver's 1 for 1 on the power play, and we'll take our first break. The Colorado Mammoth trail Vancouver 1-0. We'll be back here live from the Loud House.
A lot of energy there, A lot of energy. Good.
The National Lacrosse League logo honors its over 30 years of history, but also pushes towards a new era, a new day. An updated colorway of black and silver illuminates the way forward, with technology and innovation as our mandate. The Shield captures the warrior spirit of the physical battle of sport while being modern enough to appeal to new audiences. The goal. By extruding the shape of the shield, the container is one that is a nod to the ubiquitous shape of a lacrosse goal. The original 4 arrows representing the founding of our league with 4 professional box lacrosse teams. Washington, D.C., Baltimore, New Jersey, Philadelphia, converge to create the NLL star, a modern interpretation of a star that combines both the arrows of the original 4 teams and a Native American morning star. The 4 arrows converge to create the heart of the star representing the current teams and the fans who are the beacon of the future of the National Lacrosse League. This is the National Lacrosse League. Today is our day. The National...
I really liked how the Vancouver Stealth came out in the first possession of that power play, and we're just kind of freelancing. They got some good shots, and then eventually they went to their set play. Reese Dutch just came off the top and let a howitzer go. Unfortunately, Dylan Ward, like you said, made the initial save, and it just trickled in.
Shots 8-6 in favor of the Vancouver Stealth. And here we go back into live action. Callum Crawford, Zach Greer. Eli McLaughlin had a bobble in and out of his stick. And that's not the way you want to come out of a TV timeout. Here comes Vancouver the other way. Numbers 4-on-3. Matt Beers has Schuss off the bench, takes a shot, and that hit a Stealth player in the back. And then Schuss is going to get a penalty here as he followed through on Joey Capito. And here comes Colorado. Dylan Ward to the bench, so they'll go 6-on-5. Noble to Grant. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Hidden ball. Greer thought he had it. Crawford to Noble. Greer pump fake, that hit a body in front. That ricochets off the sideboards. Noble has it. 3 on the shot clock. Can he get a shot off? He'll just let the ball trickle free. And the Colorado Mammoth will get their first opportunity with the man advantage. They went 3 for 5 against Buffalo last weekend and gave up a shorthanded goal.
Yeah, Schuss, unfortunately, he had a great opportunity for a shot there. I don't think he realized there was a Mammoth player trailing him, and he just followed up and gave an unnecessary cross-check to Joey Capito in the back there. That's going to be called every time. Yeah,
Capito actually put his arm up to stop that shot from Schuss, and his momentum took him right in the defender. 6:40 at the time of the penalty, checking from behind on Schuss, and here come the Mammoth on the power play. John Grant, Zach Greer. Noble. Grant drags. That pass is picked off right in the middle. And Justin Salt is on a break. Can Noble catch him? Salt, 1-on-0, takes a shot, and that one just missed wide. Now Grant's gonna have to hurry to pick up this loose ball, but it goes up and over the glass. It will be Colorado possession. That's something Colorado cannot do. They can't make those passes across the top and let Justin Salt and Ian Hockney, the likes of them, run the floor easy in transition shorthanded.
Yeah, I noticed their power play last week in Buffalo. They're running a lot of the drags there where you see the top guy, John Grant Jr., pull, and then we set a pick.
Junior, top corner, first to the year at home, and it's tied 1-1 with a power play ball.
That's what John Grant Jr. does best. At the top of the power play, he's easily the most dangerous guy from up top there. He can shoot from anywhere, and he can pick any corner. He had the stealth defenders kind of frozen there with those little hitches and just pick that top left corner. What a beautiful shot.
Yeah, you can actually see both the defenders on the high side of that box actually collided, and it gave John Grant a perfect screen. And for John Grant Jr., that's just his second year and his second game. The time comes at 7:21 on the power play.
I know Johnny, the defenseman down there, would probably think otherwise, but I wouldn't be standing in front of John Grant Jr.'s shot either.
Definitely not.
Here's Robert Hope. He picks up the loose ball, trying to find an outlet. Comes near side to Downing. He gets underneath the check. Downing has a bit of a 2-on-1 break. He'll take the shot, and he scores! Greg Downing, short side bouncer in transition. And the defensive stalwart gets his first of the year. And bing, bang, boom, just like that, shoot Chuck. The Mammoth take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, that's a big goal coming off a power play goal. And Greg Downing, what a shot, overhand. The way you want to teach the kids how to shoot, pulls it short side on Richards. He had no chance.
Downing was working on that shot during early morning shoot-around, and that's 2 goals in 16 seconds for the Mammoth, and they take a 2-1 lead. A lot of that started with the great work of the loose ball by Robert Hope. He didn't panic, didn't throw that ball away. And Johnny Glon, you're a former D guy. You know how important it is for your guys to take care of the ball and not force turnovers, especially after you score.
Well, the players in this league are too good. When you're turning the ball over, creating extra possessions, as we might have one here. Oh, very close. You can't let these shooters of the Vancouver Stealth have extra possessions. They're just too good from the outside with their shots.
Time of the goal, 7:37 from Downing, his first of the year. Assist to number 18, Robert Hope. Here's Wardle, double team comes from Beers. Finds Greer up top, pump fake down low. Rouet tries to go low, and he just couldn't get the shot off. Ball's loose, they'll call crease violation on Rouet. It'll be Vancouver possession. Beers all the way up at center. Here's Joel McCready. Colorado trying to push up high, goes down low corner. Corey Small, watched there by his opposite number, Ilya Gaich. Finds Logan Schuss. Delayed penalty coming up here to the Mammoth, 6-on-5 for Vancouver. McCready to Dutch. Skips it, Small, pump fake, takes a shot, Downing gets in front of it. And he'll pick up that loose ball, and Vancouver will head to their second power play of the night. And we'll send it down to the officials to find out what the penalty is. And that's the 2-minute call that Jamie Batley was asking for a few minutes ago, and he's going to get it now. And it will be the in-home to serve the penalty. And I believe that's Josh Sullivan, so he'll come over to serve the 2-minute minor. Vancouver 1 for 1. They'll be out there with Dutch, Ball, Schuss, Small, and Jordan Durston. 8:43 the time of the penalty. Here's Schuss to Small, who will set things up. Dutch, and he play 1-2. Back to Dutch. A seal for Logan Schuss. Takes a shot, short side, top corner. There could not have been a lot of room for that one. And that's 2 power play goals for the Stealth, and we're tied at 2 with 6:04 to play.
Yeah, that's what Logan Schuss does best here. Just coming down the near side, and he's got such a quick release. It's a hard shot, but he has such a quick snap, and Dylan Ward kind of dipped down a bit, and like you said, there wasn't a lot of room up top there, and he snuck it by him.
And that is exactly what you said. Dylan Ward doesn't guess a lot, but sometimes he likes to bait shooters, and that's exactly kind of what he did there, and Logan Schuss didn't take the bait, put it short side for the power play goal, give assist to Dutch and Small. That goal comes at 8:56.
You guys dissected the power play, their first power play with that scissors going across. That was a scissors going up and down, creating that room for that clear shot.
Here come the Colorado Mammoth the other way. John Grant skips it far side. Jeremy Noble gets a high double pick there from Callum Crawford. Noble takes a shot, just missed wide, and that's going to be a back over call. It'll be Vancouver possession with 5:42 to go. Shots are 9-8 in favor of the Vancouver Stealth. And here's Corey Small, far side. And he gives off to McCready. Down low, Schuss backs in on Jordan Gillies, pops up top to Small, takes a shot, and that hit a man right in front of us, Greg Downing. That's the second ball he's knocked down. And a nice little skip pass to Ilya Gaich. 3-on-2 for the Mammoth. Gaich, backhand feed. Greer, and he doesn't have anywhere to go with it, so he'll hold on to it and wait for the rest of his teammates to come on the floor. He takes a couple chops from the Vancouver defense. Greer, one hand on the stick, tries to get underneath, trying to find an outlet. He does. Shot just goes wide from Rouet all the way back, halfway to center to Crawford. 4 on the shot clock. Crawford with the shot, saved by Richards. Loose ball, and Salt can't handle it. Wardle's going to pick it up. He's going to watch the timeline, reset the 30. And Vancouver has a bit of a tired defense out there. See if Colorado can take advantage. Crawford to Grant, near side Wardle. He gets ahead of steam, finds Crawford, inside roll. Couldn't get a shot off. Nice slide there by the Vancouver defense. Noble, near side, Rouet. 5 on the shot clock. Rouet with a shot, shoulder save by Richards. Picked up there by Hawksby, and he outlets to Justin Salt.
That was good ball movement by the Mammoth there, getting that extra possession too. They were smart, took their time, and they did end up getting good shots. Again, Tyler Richards is his crease. He's coming out to challenge these shots. Maybe start looking for a little backside dump.
Here's McCready barreling through the middle, turned back by the defense of the Mammoth. 8 on the shot clock. McCready gets inside the restraining line. Watch there by Coates. That pass is picked up by Capito. Capito gonna go right down the middle. Can he get there on the low? Joey Capito shoots, trying to go 5-hole. And it's stuck underneath the left leg pad of Tyler Richards. Back and forth we go. 2-2's your score. 3:56 remaining here from Denver. It's fast and furious action. You're listening to it live here on Altitude TV.
Pro lacrosse teams are now fielded in Philadelphia, Boston, New York, Maryland, Montreal, and Quebec.
Yesterday there was friendly competition and not so friendly competition. We knew our true colors weren't just worn on our backs, they were painted on our faces and hoisted as high in the air as we could possibly carry them. Whatever it took to claim our turf. Yesterday we left it all out there. Blood, sweat, tears, you name it, we left it. We kept ourselves focused and we kept each other in check, and the only thing we took were epic shots. Yesterday we saw more twists and turns in 8 seconds than most people saw in an entire season. We lost the ball, lost our minds, we lost countless times in every game. If you could see the ball, that was a slow day. Yesterday, physics didn't apply to us. Gravity wasn't welcome in our box. Armed with just a stick and a ball, we took flight. Yesterday, we were the best we could be. Today is our day.
Pro lacrosse teams are now fielded in Philadelphia, Boston, New York, Maryland, Montreal, and Quebec.
Yesterday there was friendly competition and not so friendly competition. We knew our true colors weren't just worn on our backs, they were painted on our faces and hoisted as high in the air as we could possibly carry them.
6 on 5.
Whatever it took to claim our turf.
Colorado Mammoth started with a lot of energy pushing the pace.
Yesterday we left it all out there. Blood, sweat, tears, you name it, we left it. We kept ourselves focused and we kept each other in check, and the only thing we took were epic shots. Yesterday we saw more twists and turns in 8 seconds than most people saw in an entire season. We lost the ball, lost our minds, we lost countless times in every game. If you could see the ball, that was a slow day. Yesterday, physics didn't apply to us. Gravity wasn't welcome in our box. Armed with just a stick and a ball, we took flight. Yesterday, we were the best we could be.
Takes the shot, saved by Dylan Ward. Ball's loose between his legs. And the defense there to pick it up, and here comes Ilya Gaich.
Today is our day.
But he'll just slow things down and give off to Zach Greer.
That was an interesting strategy there. You mentioned to look and see what the Mammoth looked like set up on defense, or just to get an easy clear over center.
Here's Noble.
Yesterday there was friendly competition and not so friendly competition.
Eli McLaughlin.
We knew our true colors weren't just worn on our backs, they were painted on our faces and hoisted as high in the air as we could possibly carry them. Whatever it took to claim our turf. Yesterday we left it all out there. Blood, sweat, tears. You name it, we left it. We kept ourselves focused and we kept each other in check. And the only thing we took were epic shots. Yesterday we saw more twists and turns in 8 seconds than most people saw in an entire season. We lost the ball, lost our minds, we lost countless times in every game. If you could see the ball, that was a slow day. Yesterday, physics didn't apply to us. Gravity wasn't welcome in our box. Armed with just a stick and a ball, we took flight. Yesterday, we were the best we could be.
Holding on Reese Dutch, it's going to be Mammoth ball.
Yeah, the Mammoth were relentless.
Today is our day.
Hanging bodies, Gutschin up on top of the ball. He's slow to get off the floor right now.
Holding, gives to Greer. Vancouver slow getting on the floor.
Maryland, Montreal, and Quebec.
And here's John Grant Jr. They try to force him underneath.
Yesterday there was friendly competition and not so friendly competition. We knew our true colors weren't just worn on our backs, they were painted on our faces and hoisted as high in the air as we could possibly carry them. Whatever it took to claim our turf. Yesterday we left it all out there. Blood, sweat, tears. You name it, we left it. We kept ourselves focused and we kept each other in check. And the only thing we took were epic shots. Yesterday we saw more twists and turns in 8 seconds than most people saw in an entire season. We lost the ball, lost our minds, we lost countless times in every game. If you could see the ball, that was a slow day. Yesterday, physics didn't apply to us. Gravity wasn't welcome in our box. Armed with just a stick and a ball, we took flight. Yesterday, we were the best we could be.
Ball, skips it, shot, shoulder save again there from Dylan Ward. Loose ball picked up by Ilya.
Today is our day.
Gaich skips it to Creighton Reed. No numbers for Colorado, so Reed will slow things up. And Wardle can't handle a pass, and it's another over and back on Colorado.
I like that last possession there by the stealth. I like the idea.
Yesterday there was friendly competition and not so friendly competition. We knew our true colors weren't just worn on our backs, they were painted on our faces and hoisted as high in the air as we could possibly carry them. Whatever it took to claim our turf. Yesterday we left it all out there. Blood, sweat, tears. You name it, we left it. We kept ourselves focused and we kept each other in check. And the only thing we took were epic shots. Yesterday we saw more twists and turns in 8 seconds than most people saw in an entire season. We lost the ball, lost our minds, we lost countless times in every game. If you could see the ball, that was a slow day. Yesterday, physics didn't apply to us. Gravity wasn't welcome in our box. Armed with just a stick and a ball, we took flight. Yesterday, we were the best we could be.
I think it's a little bit of that, but I think it's letting a shooter
Today
of that quality
is
get
our
his
day.
hands free and shoot the ball. And you can see the Colorado Mammoth defender was not in that shooting lane or passing lane at all. You just can't let a shooter of that quality, John Grant Jr. is another one from the Mammoth, get his hands free like that.
Yesterday, there was friendly competition and not so friendly competition. We knew our true colors weren't just worn on our backs, they were painted on our faces and hoisted as high in the air as we could possibly carry them. Whatever it took to claim our turf. Yesterday we left it all out there. Blood, sweat, tears. You name it, we left it. We kept ourselves focused and we kept each other in check. And the only thing we took were epic
shots. Yesterday we saw more twists and turns in 8 seconds than most people saw in an entire season.
They had 7 guys on
We lost
the
the ball, lost our minds, we lost count countless times in every game. If you could see the ball, that was a slow day. Yesterday, physics didn't apply to us. Gravity wasn't welcome in our box. Armed with just a stick and a ball, we took flight. Yesterday, we were the best we could be.
But unable to get a shot off, and that's the way the first quarter will end. Vancouver gets 2.
Today
from Logan
is
Schuss,
our day.
including 2 power play goals, and they lead the Colorado Mammoth 3-2. Jamie Shuchuk, John Glon, along with myself, Teddy Jenner, will be back for second quarter action live here on Altitude.
Yesterday, there was friendly competition.
Incredibly impressed with the Mark I, and I had great success with it. Some of my early incredibly impressed with the Mark I.
Chewy.
Hey, bud.
Mammoth want to be better on the 3-man side.
Okay.
They want to close the gap better.
Mammoth fans, please welcome to the Loud House the U.S. Air Force lacrosse team.
Welcome back inside the Pepsi Center, ladies and gentlemen. Colorado Mammoth trailing the Vancouver Stealth 3-2. The Mammoth experience is better with friends. Bring groups of 10 or more to see your Colorado Mammoth and receive special benefits like discounts, bench and penalty box experiences, field time, and more. Visit coloradomammoth.com for details. John, what did you hear between the benches during that first quarter?
I think both coaches were happy with their performance. You know, Colorado Mammoth want to do a better job on the 3-man side, closing that gap on Shush. And Vancouver wants to increase those east-west passes that you were talking about to get those slides on the defense moving a little bit.
Second quarter underway. Here's Dan Coates, has Joe Capito with him. Coates to Capito and he couldn't handle the pass. Tough pass inside from defender to defender. And Vancouver will come the other way. Brendan Fowler gets across there, so that's John Lintz. Gives off to Logan Schuss, the man with 2 goals on the night. McCready, Keegan Ball finds Reese Dutch. We come back to Logan Schuss. Schuss forced underneath. Flip pass to Corey Small. He couldn't handle it. Pressured there by Cam Holding. Dutch with the shot, and that squeezes through the arm of Dylan Ward, but Ilya Gaich is there to pick up the loose ball, and Creighton Reed comes the other way. Here's Noble, double teamed on the near side boards, finds Crawford. Late man off the bench is John Grant. Wardle was open in the middle for a split second, but Grant came back near side to Crawford. Noble couldn't handle it. 10 on the shot clock. Noble, one-on-one, tries to roll underneath, doesn't have an angle, takes a shot, goes off the near shoulder of Richards, and ends up on the back of his netting. And Ian Hawksby will come the other way for the Vancouver Stealth.
You mentioned Wardle open for a split second. There isn't a shift that he has that he's not open in the middle. The guy's a slasher, the guy's a cutter. He does so much for this Mammoth offense.
Here's Jordan Durston. Pump fake, trying to back in on his defender. Backhand feed to Dutch with a shot. That hit a stick and goes into the corner. Small, 8 on the shot clock. Small, shot, saved by Ward. And this time he's able to squeeze the elbow pad. And he'll outlet all the way up the floor to Jordan Gillies, but he airmails his teammate. And that's another unforced error for this Colorado Mammoth team. That's about 5 or 6 already tonight. And something Pat Coyle's not going to be happy with from his defensive end.
He's not happy right now, gentlemen.
You've been on the receiving end of a few of his tirades, John Gallant. As of you, Jamie Shuchuk, here is Logan Schuss. Backing down his defense, takes a shot, shoulder save by Ward. And let's see if the Mammoth can actually get a full possession here. Here's Downing. Has a man off the bench. Gives it to him. That's Eli McLaughlin. Grant to Crawford. Pump fake, back to Grant. One-on-one with John Lintz. Gets a pick from Wardle. Pump fake. Back to Rouet. Crawford. He gets the pick. Skip pass. One-timer from Wardle, and that one goes wide. Crawford can't get there. It's going to go over and back. And that'll be a shot clock violation. And McFetridge will pick it up deep in the Colorado end. Here's Corey Small. He gets a high seal from Durston, takes a shot, and he scores. Corey Small gets on the board, his first of the night. And the Vancouver Stealth have a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, nothing special there, just a great pick. Corey Small comes around. John Gallant mentioned getting out on the shooter's hands. Holding was just a little bit too late, shot around the screen, and I think that went 5-hole on Dylan Ward. He didn't have much chance there.
Vancouver's going to have to do a better job of cutting down the outside shots from these very potent and lethal Vancouver Stealth shooters. 12-14 remaining in the second quarter. Colorado trailing 2. First time they've trailed by a pair all year. Coates wins the draw, but his teammates can't pick it up. And it's handled there by Ryan Wagner. He's under a lot of pressure. And we're going to call withholding on the Stealth. It'll be possession of the Mammoth and Robert Hope. Vancouver's goal scored by number 15, Corey Small, assist to Peter McFetridge. Time of the goal, 2:46 here in the second quarter. Here's Greer. He comes around a high seal, gives to Crawford, down low, Noble. And then another drop pass, this time by Greer. And this Mammoth offense just looks very slow and very stagnant, not a lot of movement. And Matt Beers can't handle a pass. And if you're going to be successful against an aggressive Vancouver defense, you got to have cutters and you got to swing the ball with a purpose. And Colorado just not doing that so far.
Yeah, and you have to get deep in the corners too to get the defense turning their head so that you can get those cutters.
Here's a shot by Keegan Ball, that goes high. Schuss with the rebound, skip past the ball, and he one-timed it. And a great save from Dylan Ward going post to post. Loose ball in the far corner. Who's going to come up with it? They're going to call illegal push on the loose ball interference, and it'll be Vancouver ball. Here's Corey Small.
Jeremy Noble's caught on defense.
See if Vancouver takes advantage. Small. He takes a shot, rings that one off the junction. And Reese Dutch is there to pick up the loose ball, reset the 30.
Reese Dutch notices that Noble's on defense.
Here's Small. Guess who else is out there? Zach Greer stuck on defense as well. Corey Small tried to go on him. Now Logan Schuss may. Small, pump fake, gets inside, short side shot, saved there by Ward off the face mask. And Vancouver was back, so Wagner able there to pick up that loose ball. Nice pass. Breakaway here for the Colorado Mammoth. Ilya Gaich, one-on-one with Tyler Ridge. Shoots 5-hole, scored! Ilya Gaich with his first of the night. And a great heads-up pass from the Mammoth off the pickoff. And Ilya Gaich goes twister 5-hole on Richards. And Gaich gets his first of the year.
Yeah, what an unfortunate sequence of events for Vancouver. Talked about Jeremy Noble being caught on defense. Well, he was going for a change, and unfortunately they turned the ball over, and Ilya was smart enough to just turn his head and to do what he does best. He's a great guy scoring goals on breakaways.
Ilya Gaich gets his first of the year, and that's the Mammoth's first goal in 11 minutes and 57 seconds. Give the assist to Zach Greer. And the Mammoth are back within one. It's 4-3, and they'll get the possession right away as Fowler again called for the procedure.
What's up, Cal?
That's Greer's second assist of the night. Callum Crawford has the ball now. Gets a pick from Capito, who's out for a shift. Oh, Crawford gets inside, flips it to Grant. Shot, moving, pick called. No, sorry, crease violation called on Crawford as he was a little too close. And here comes Vancouver the other way as we approach the 10-minute mark here to go in the second quarter. Corey Small. Holding gets run over there by Durston, no call from the officials. Dutch, watched there by Sullivan. Dutch, inside 5-hole, scores! Not much Josh Sullivan could do there as Reese Dutch just bowled right through him and put it 5-hole on Dylan Ward, and Vancouver regains the 2-goal lead. It's 5-3.
Yeah, we've seen Reese Dutch do that before in this building. He just wills his way to the net, gets a quick shot off. The way this Mammoth defense does, they try to funnel you down and try to give up those shots, so you have to turn your stick over, and Reese Dutch did a great job getting his stick back over his shoulder and snapping it home.
Yeah, Reese Dutch, with a little hesitation, often gets defenders to bite on the high side, and he goes underneath. And Dutch gets his second of the night, fourth of the year. He has 4 points on the night to go along with 2 assists. Assist to Corey Small and Jordan Durston. Ball loose in the far corner. Greg Downing battling there. And it ended up picked up by Jordan Gillies. Here comes Robert Hope. Mammoth could have numbers if they hurry on the floor. Hope, late man is John Grant Jr. Hope gives him, Jr. shoots, and a nice save there from Tyler Richard off the right elbow. Loose ball picked up by Salt. Vancouver could have numbers, but Colorado is back. And that pass goes awry. Corey Small uses the vertical to jump up and get that one off the far boards. Here's McCready, gives to Schuss. Down low, Keegan Ball. Watched there by Ilya Gaich. McCready shoots, that one goes wide to the far side post. Schuss trying to handle a loose ball and gets pushed along the timeline. He just throws it into the corner. And here comes Robert Hope. Gives off to Jeremy Noble. Gets a pick there from Crawford. Noble trying to get underneath. Takes a shot, saved there from Tyler Richards. And here comes Matt Beers the other way. Back and forth we go. Beers will just slow things up. Give off to McCready, and he comes near side to Jordan Durston. Durston to Schuss, who's the late man off the bench. Watched there by Capito. Schuss gets a seal pick from Durston. Takes the shot, shoulder save off the near post from Dylan Ward. Schuss gets his own rebound. Schuss, backhand flip to Durston, can't handle the pass. Into the crease of Dylan Ward. He's got Capito all the way down the other end. Capito, pump fake, spin move. Capito shoots, and a nice save there from Richards. Capito, the 2015 NLL Transition Player of the Year. Cornwall. Is Capito with a nice spin move around his defender, but could beat Tyler Richards. Here's Keegan Ball. To Small. Dutch. McCready. Inside roll shot. Nice save there from Dylan Ward. They didn't say it went on net, so Vancouver's going to have to get a shot off. That shot from Durston goes high on Ward. Picked up by Downing. Gives off to Ilya Gaich. Gaich fakes the dish. Holds onto it. Comes near side Callum Crawford. Crawford can't get high side. Tries to. Now he will. Skips it. Junior. Shot. Saved there from Richards as John Grant tried to go through the 5-hole. Then here comes Justin Salt the other way. Had Keegan Ball breaking, but Josh Sullivan was back in time to deny that transition chance. Reese Dutch. Unceremoniously booed here by the Mammoth faithful. Schuss skips it. Ball, shot, saved by Ward. It squeaked through him. Goes into the far corner, and Ball's double teamed in the corner. Loose ball picked up by Dutch. To Schuss. Thought about the shot. Turned back aside by the nice defense there, Dan Coates. Coates to Dutch. Pump fake shot. Ward with a save. Ball's loose. Picked up there. Note Josh Sullivan can't handle it. Now he does. Ball's still loose. Delayed penalty coming up here, and here comes Creighton Reed. To the bench.
That's a tough
Rear
one
hat.
for Small there. Kind of got ran over.
Here's Noble to Crawford. He and Greer play 1-2, near side Noble. Now the picks will happen. Crawford. Quick stick feed, shoots and scores! What a feed to Eli McLaughlin. as he gets his first of the night and first of the year in a fantastic seeing eye pass from Callum Crawford to Eli McLaughlin, who snuck down the backside, and the Mammoth are back within one. It's 5-4.
Yeah, Teddy, that's their third 6-on-5 we've seen that they got a chance to set up their set play. And that time they kind of called an audible and didn't pass it over the left side. And Crawford with his vision, it was a great play by Eli McLaughlin, doing what he does best. Kind of probably had a foot behind the goal line, was still able to catch it and put it in the empty net.
Callum Crawford led the National Lacrosse League in assists last year. And he continues to be one of the premier playmakers in the National Lacrosse League with his second 26-20 in favor of Vancouver, and they lead the Mammoth 5-4. 6:04 remaining in the second quarter. We'll be back right here on Altitude.
Hello, ladies. These beautiful ladies were provided by the Donna Baldwin Agency.
Johnny, you got anything?
Sure. So Vancouver really is liking the dodge and then re-dodge.
Yeah.
Right there. That's what they're talking about here. 1 second here. That's what they're talking about here, right on their own end, is they like that dodge. And they're starting to see how Colorado's coming down. They're doing the flip back, right?
Yeah.
But they're really pressing that dodge, re-dodge, and then shooting under Wardo's glove.
Yeah, they're doing a good job getting it down low in the corner and then just skipping it. It seems like all the Mammoth D guys off ball are focused on their man and don't know where the ball is.
Yeah. So I'll let you talk about that one.
Yeah, Teddy ran to the bathroom maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, you talk about that one because I don't know what a dodge re-dodge is.
Okay. Something if he comes back? There he is. Don't do that to me, man.
Welcome back inside the Pepsi Center. Vancouver leads 5-4. Let's go between the benches and John Galone.
Guys, both coaches are impressed with the effort so far. We got Vancouver Stealth here with just about 6 minutes left. They want to play solid lacrosse and get through this first half and into halftime. Colorado Mammoth, on the other hand, want to get that pace back up like they did to start the game, get this crowd, get this loud house going, and get some energy back in this building.
Yeah, one thing I'm seeing, Johnny, on the defensive end with the Mammoth is what they did last week against Buffalo. They're very tenacious, very relentless, and Buffalo really struggled moving the ball. So it looks to me like Vancouver's been watching film, kind of sees what they're doing, and they're getting the ball deep, and they're going with every shift. They have a purpose, and it's definitely showing here because they are getting good opportunities.
Vancouver faked the 6-on-5 goalie pull with Richard, so it's 5-on-5. Mammoth on defense. Here's Reese Dutch, watched there by Hope. Skips it up top to McCready. Small one-timer to Dutch, and he missed. Loose ball picked up there by Cam Holding. Has a man up the floor. Finds Joey Capito. And he'll slow things up. Shots this period, 12-7 in favor of Vancouver. Face-offs, 11-2 in favor of Colorado. Many of those coming off of illegal procedures called on Brendan Fowler. Down low far corner, John Grant Jr. watched there by Beers, takes a heavy chop, comes around the top, takes a shot, rang it off the near post, and it goes up and out of play. It'll be Colorado ball.
Nice work by Zach Greer there, getting John Grant Jr. hands free. That's what you want to do with the ball in his stick.
Grant one-hands it to Greer. Pump fake, shot, shoulder save there by Richards on a heavy shot from Greer. And a nice job by Greer to find the loose ball, but it pops in and out of his stick. And a 2-on-1 break here possibly for Vancouver. Matt Beers shoots it, that one goes well wide. Rebound picked up by Ian Hawksby, ball still loose. Dylan Ward trying to come out of his crease to pick up that ball. And Ward just bowls over Matt Beers, and it's loose balls picked up here by Colorado. Here comes the captain, Coates. Beers knocked down behind the play by Greer, and Coates will leave it for Jacob Rouet. Rouet takes a shot. That ball gets knocked down. Ball's loose. Bats into the net. In the stick, of Tyler Richards. Long outlet pass. McFetridge shoots. Nice shoulder save there from Dylan Ward. Josh Sullivan back playing defense as well. Didn't allow Peter McFetrich to get a clean shot off. Here's Crawford. Far side, John Grant Jr. picked up there by Fowler. That shot goes wide. Crawford skips it to Grant Jr. He takes a shot. That hits Lintz in front, and that could not have felt good, and Lintz is down. And back the other way goes the Vancouver Stealth. Travis Cornwall. As Lintz is slow to get off. Cornwall has it back. Cornwall takes a shot up, low bouncer. Goes into the corner. As that one hit Lintz a little below the belt. And he's just getting to the bench now. And let's hope that he is okay. 5-4 for Vancouver with 3:47 remaining here in the second quarter. Mammoth action on altitude.
Hey fans, can you guess which?
Let's see, what should we talk about? Johnny, you got anything down there?
Can you guess which movie our Mammoth players are quoting?
1 second.
Once they fill their mouth up with Anthony's
From which side? Do you want it?
Just any, like, you know, what's the Mammoth D talking about right now?
So right now, Vancouver's happy the way they're playing, right? And the message a lot of guys in the Colorado, what you hear from Patty Coyle is they look like the team that played last night. Right? They're at home. Right? They got to get back into their transition. They want to transition the ball, get up to the bench faster is what Patty Coyle has been talking about.
Yeah, perfect.
Always back. I'm telling you. Always numbers there and always pops back there. I got a roll up right there. Well, what's my mental friend? You know what? It's not coming to me. Not there. Doesn't work. I believe it. That is Baka. I'm going to remove the cancer. And on.
Welcome back to the Pepsi Center. Let's send it down to John Grant Jr. has great insight on what Colorado needs to do to get back in this game.
Thanks, fellas. Colorado Mammoth spent that last time out there together as a group, really trying to increase their energy. They want to push the pace of this game. They're a transition team. They have more speed than Vancouver. They want to get that ball from their D end up to their offensive end, to John Grant Jr., to Caleb Crawford, to Zach Greer as quick as they can and put some more stress here on the Vancouver Stealth defense.
It's an interesting setup here for the Stealth. We've got 4 guys lined up on one side. The goalie's pulled. Now they're getting back.
That's the third time they've done that, just to see how the Mammoth set up that 6-on-5, just to get an idea of who they're trying to steal off or who they're trying to deny the ball. But another nice stop there from Dylan Ward. He's really settled down here in the second half of this opening quarter. Here's Jeremy Noble. Gets a high pick there from Crawford. Comes back near side to Rouet. Rouet shot, easy save there. And we're gonna get a penalty here.
Holding the stick here on the D side, Caleb Crawford.
Oh, it's actually gonna be on the Mammoth as Crawford will head to the penalty bench. 2-minute holding the stick call on Crawford. And Vancouver, who's 2 for 2 on the power play tonight, will get their third opportunity and a chance to regain their 2-goal lead with 3:12 remaining in the second quarter. And an easy call there as Crawford had a good handful of jersey. Dutch to Small. Here comes a double pick. Small shoots and scores 3 for 3 on the power play for the Vancouver Stealth, as that was another set play by the Vancouver Stealth, and Ward again guessed, and Small brought it back short side, and it's 6-4.
Yeah, another scissors play like Gallant mentioned earlier in the game here. Just a nice up pick by both creasemen. Corey Small patient with his shot. He's very dangerous up top there when he's got his hands free and fooled Dylan Ward. Pull it short side.
Small, one of the most lethal shooters in lacrosse. When you give him Reese Dutch, John Grant, Corey Small, the guys we've been talking about, you give them time and room to shoot, they're going to take the advantage and Vancouver has done a great job of that so far on the power play. The goal, small.
High sticking penalty here to Dan
Keegan
Coates.
Ball and Reese Dutch. Another penalty coming up here to the Colorado Mammoth. Vancouver will go 6-on-5. Here's Dutch to Schuss. Back up top, Reese Dutch gets it far side. McCready, inside feed. Durston shoots and he scores. No, they wave it off. Crease violation. Lucky break there for the Mammoth, but now they're going to go back to the short man.
I love that play. The Vancouver Stealth were just lulling the Mammoth defense to sleep, and I watched Durston just cut the middle and then slowly make his way around the goal and was wide open on the backside. Fortunately, the goal got called back. He's in the crease.
2-minute slashing call on the captain, Dan Coates. Time of that penalty, 12:28. And now Jamie Batley is going to throw their flag, and we'll have our first challenge of the year here from the Pepsi Center. Batley's asking for the replay. It hadn't been shown yet here at the Pepsi Center. And so Batley just throws the flag, and hopefully that they're going to get that one reversed, thinking that Durston wasn't in the crease.
Yeah, it was definitely a close call. He made a great effort there, catching the ball and faking Dylan Ward out. Might have had a toe in the crease. We'll find out soon.
A new thing in the National Lacrosse League this year is that the replays are supposed to be shown in a quick manner so that both teams have the same advantage. Then they have 25 seconds now to throw that challenge flag. And head official Mark Gardonia will head into the penalty box and take a look at this and see all the replays that you'll see, and to see if Jordan Durston was indeed in the crease.
Guys, last week one of the strengths here for the Colorado Mammoth was in Buffalo. They only committed 2 penalties for a total of 4 minutes, and this is their 4th penalty here tonight. They got to stay out of the box. Pat Coyle's preaching to him here. Be more disciplined on the DN.
And this is a set play that they talked about early this morning at shoot-around of Durston just kind of setting a double pick on either side of the crease, then looping around the back. And the Mammoth defense didn't pick him up in transition. You'll see if Durston comes from the right side of your screen. Well, this is the Corey Small goal as he goes short side, stick side. And now here's an overhead look of the Durston play. And there's the left foot. He is indeed in the crease, so this one will stay a no goal. But you see Durston coming all the way from around the net. And the Stealth defense, the Mammoth defense, not doing a good job of picking him up. But lucky for them, the goal will be called off. And Vancouver, maybe unlucky and lucky at the same time.
Yeah, it's an unlucky one for Durston. He made a great effort there. He was trying to reach across, and unfortunately he reached with his foot just a little bit too far. But like you mentioned, they are a man up here, and look for their 5 dangerous shooters to create something. Johnny, will we see a scissors again by chance?
Well, it's worked 3 times. You know, the problem is, where's it going to be? Across the top, down the side, or up the middle?
And that's what makes this offensive unit for the Stealth so dangerous. They can run that scissors from anywhere on the floor. Inside feed to Dutch, pump fake, Geitz steps up, one-handed shot! Are you kidding me, Reese Dutch? What a goal from the Vancouver Stealth sniper. And he's got his hat trick marker in highlight fashion, and it's a 3-goal lead, 7-4 for the Stealth.
Yeah, and that's a goal scorer's goal. You don't draw that up, but the awareness that Reese Dutch has around the crease there, he had his head up. If you look here as he turns around, I know he's got one hand on his stick, but he's looking. He meant to put that in the low corner on Dylan Ward. That's a great effort by Reese Dutch, and they make up for the Durston goal being called back in the crease.
4 for 4 on the power play. And this Vancouver Stealth offense just continues to have its way with the Mammoth short man unit. Obviously something Pat Coyle, a defensive coach for Colorado, is going to have to look at during the halftime break, because not only can they not keep going to the penalty box, they can't keep allowing Vancouver clean shots. Here's Fowler, inside feed, that pass doesn't connect to McFettridge. Dutch's 5th of the night, his 3rd goal, assist to Corey Small, his 4th point of the night. 2:44 remaining in the period. 7-4 Vancouver leads.
It's been a long time since the Mammoth have had a good possession.
Pump fake from Durston. Now he'll shoot, try to go 5-hole. Nice job by Dylan Ward to stay with that one. Now here comes Creighton Reed. Inside feed to Junior. He'll leave it off for Greer. Pump fake shot, that hit a body in front, goes up and out of play. Vancouver, Johnny, doing an excellent job stepping in front of lanes and getting in front of these shots.
Defending the stick head. That's what we teach our young lacrosse players. Defend the stick head.
Vancouver scored 2 goals in 43 seconds to extend their lead to 3. John Grant shoots, that one goes wide. And here's a delayed penalty coming up to Ryan Wagner as he hit John Grant late after he shot. Dylan Ward to the bench, so Colorado will go 6-on-5.
Here comes that set play again.
Noble to Grant, shoots, hit a body in front, ball loose in the back of the net. And Tyler Richards will come out and scoop it up to get the whistle as we're under a minute.
We're going to talk about if this is going to be a 2, a 5.
Number 16.
Colorado obviously wants that 5-minute penalty.
Well, Wagner did come across late and hit John Grant as he was taking a shot. It'll be interesting to see what the officials call here as we take a look and see if he got a good shot. And that's a tough one. He hits part of John Grant's stick, but he cuts him with the glove as well. And it is going to be a 5-minute major. Colorado 1-for-1 on the power play with 1 shot, and they're going to get an excellent opportunity here with 56 seconds remaining in the half to get right back into this game before the break. 5-minute major called on Wagner. Let's see what Colorado can do. Try to get this crowd into the game, but get them into this game as well. Grant at the top. Seal pick to Crawford. Shot, nice save there from Richards as he stepped out to challenge Crawford. Salt, he gets across center. And he'll ask for some help, and he has Logan Schuss off the bench. 30 seconds to go in the half. Corey Small. Greg Downing just playing center field in the middle. And that pass goes all the way to Reese Dutch. He can't handle it. And a nice job by the defense of Cam Holding. Up the floor, John Grant. Nice defensive play to knock that ball down, but Grant gets it right back. Noble, 5 on the clock.
Noble still got it.
Grant, pump fake shot, trying to go short side, and he missed, and that's the way the half is gonna end. An exciting opening half here as O'Doherty and Grant come together. Shots 32-24 in favor of Vancouver, and they lead 7-4 over the Colorado man. Halftime intermission coming up here live from the Pepsi Center. Okay.
Hey fans, Woolley is going to be at the all-new 2017 Toyota RAV4 display outside of section 146 to take photos of fans. Head there now to get your picture taken with the Mammoth mascot. Altitude brings you the best hometown lacrosse coverage for around-the-clock updates. Check us out on the web at altitude.tv.
This week's tough. We're only, for the most part, practicing the night before a game, playing on the weekends, and then flying back out to our respective homes. So you don't get a lot of time to kind of bond off the field or even on the field for that matter. Great group of guys. I was welcomed with open arms here and fired up to suit up with these guys that I've been battling against for a long time.
We want to welcome 3 members of the Denver Nuggets Skyline Drumline to the floor with a unique routine they put together just for you Mammoth fans. Please put your hands together for Rhythm Recycle.
Welcome back inside the Pepsi Center, ladies and gentlemen. It is halftime with Vancouver leading Colorado 7-4. During the offseason, GM Steve Govett made a major trade, sending fan favorite Adam Jones to the Saskatchewan Rush for newly to be fan favorite Zach Greer. We caught up with Zach Greer in his first ever day in Denver. We hope you enjoy.
This league's tough. We're only, for the most part, practicing the night before a game, playing on the weekends, and then flying back out to our respective homes. So you don't get a lot of time to kind of bond off the field or even on the field for that matter. Great group of guys. I was welcomed with open arms here and fired up to suit up with these guys that I've been battling against for a long time. Yeah, do you guys warm them up here? So the first one you give right back to them.
Yeah, exact same thing. Once
Second
you get there,
one, you throw it long.
Then you're looking for the long one, right?
Okay. Kazi! Good run, good run. Throw.
Pick's coming! Pick's coming! Go, go, go!
Come. Oh, I like that, Holdy. We've got the group to do it here, no question about it. They had a really good year last year, and I think they're moving in the right direction. We got a real good young crew, so that's the #1 goal. But ultimately, it's about consistency, it's about depth, and it's about peaking at the right time. So it's the process to get you there that's the most important part. Come. Yeah. Smart idea there, eh? Smart idea on that one. Good pick. Come. Yeah. Who needs one? Anybody? You go fouls, hey? Have some fun out there. There it is. If they're gonna sit back, we'll do that all day. Good job, guys. Here you go, I'll take one. Lefty. Play wide, eh? It's a little narrow. Stay nice and wide. Try and bring them out to the boards with you. Get out. Look down. It's a good session right there. Good first one, fellas. Yeah, you too, bud. Oh boy. Good job, fellas. Good first one.
Welcome back.
A new year, a new season. Tyson, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, stop hitting the snooze button because you can't sleep on life, Mia.
I think mine is to get better at my lacrosse game.
I think I could probably help out with that here at the track.
Well, we caught up with some of your favorite players to find out what their New Year's resolutions are for 2017. Let's take a look.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
My name is Brett Manny. I play for the New England Black Wolves. I wear number 13, and my New Year's resolution is to be the best man I can be on and off the field and to change as many kids' lives as I can in the next year.
New Year's resolution, maybe just stop losing in the championship finals.
To not lose a championship.
New Year's resolution for me is, I think as my teammates will probably attest, is showing up on time, being a little bit better with that.
New Year's right around the corner, so setting myself some New Year's resolutions.
Welcome back inside the Loud House, ladies and gentlemen. 7-4, Vancouver leads Colorado. Let's take a look at the Peak Kia upcoming schedule. Next weekend, the New England Black Wolves come to town to take on the Mammoth, and then a weekend after that, the Calgary Roughnecks on January 20th will be here in town. The weekend after that, Colorado will head out on the road to take on the Roughnecks in a rematch before coming home to take on the Georgia Swarm. And then on February 12th, we'll get a rematch here with the Vancouver Stealth. 8:12 remaining in the intermission. Second half action coming up live here on Altitude.
On behalf of everyone here at the NLL, we want to wish you a very happy and safe New Year's.
Get out there and conquer 2017.
Success with it. Some of my early
A new year, a new season. Tyson, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, stop hitting the snooze button because you can't sleep on life, Mia.
I think mine is to get better at my lacrosse games.
I think I could probably help out with that here at the track.
Well, we caught up with some of your favorite players to find out what their New Year's resolutions are for 2017. Let's take a look.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
My name is Brett Manny. I play for the New England Black Wolves. I wear number 13, and my New Year's resolution is to be the best man I can be
those loose
on
ball
and
stats
off
aren't
the
right.
field, and to change as many kids' lives as I can in the next year.
New Year's resolution, maybe just stop losing in the championship finals.
Welcome back as we get you set for second half action. Vancouver leading the Colorado Mammoth 7-4. Jamie Shuchuk, John Gallant. My name is Teddy Jenner. Jamie, let's take a look at the first half highlights. It wasn't the greatest start for the Colorado Mammoth.
New Year's resolution for me is
Vancouver Stealth going up to a great start on the power play. That's going to be a big factor here going into the second half.
And here's a look from John Grant as he fires a hard, heavy outside shot to make it 1-1. But as you mentioned, 4 power play goals for the Vancouver Stealth, and here's the first of the night for Logan Schuss on a double side scissor. It went short side on Dylan Ward, and Schuss was the man all first half for the Vancouver Stealth, but it's Reese Dutch, 3 goals, 3 assists for 6 points on 8 goals. Vancouver went on a 6-2 run over the last 21 minutes of the game, and Greg Downing with his first of the year really tried to get this crowd into it, but Vancouver just continually killed Colorado's momentum.
Yeah, Teddy, we talked about that energy at the beginning of the game, how hard it is coming off back-to-back and early morning travel, but I've been on either side as a player. It can go either way, so it's really tough to tell. That's always something we talk about, but clearly the Vancouver Stealth are not a step behind.
It's a crazy thing in the National Lacrosse League where you'd think that the traveling team and the team that played the night before would have tired legs, but that is not the way things work. It is an anomaly in the NLL, and so often we see away teams, traveling teams win the second night on back-to-back nights. Taking a look at your halftime stats, shots on goal, 32-25, power play, a perfect record for the
A new year, a new season. Tyson, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, stop hitting the snooze button. You can't sleep on life.
I think mine is...
Yesterday there was friendly competition and not so friendly competition. We knew our true colors weren't just worn on our backs, they were painted on our faces and hoisted as high in the air as we could possibly carry them. Whatever it took to claim our turf. Yesterday, we left it all out there. Blood, sweat, tears. You name it, we left it.
Off the field and to change as many kids' lives as I can in the next year.
New Year's resolution, maybe just stop losing in the championship finals.
To not lose a championship.
Okay.
New Year's resolution for me is.
I'll talk less.
I think as my teammates will probably attest is
do up your top
showing up on time.
I did it, right?
No, just the top.
Just do that top one?
Just do that one. Leave the bottom one up. You look sharp, bud.
What other color suits did you get?
New Year's right around the corner.
I got a gray, I believe, like a form of gray.
Gray on gray.
Well, you know what? Like, you guys got to look good once in a while, too.
Johnny, prep Chuck tweeted these that you got to undo your bottom one.
Right, I did for it. Tweet him back. How do you guys like this 3-referee deal?
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Batley is all over him.
What else is
He might have given one of the best. You guys were talking about back-to-back nights. When he was coaching here, he gave one of the best speeches.
Maybe you can talk about that. Or do you have something else to talk about?
His speech was, gentlemen, the team playing back-to-back wins 70% of the time. We didn't play yesterday, so let's go get them. Awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks,
100% chance of winning.
Let's go. That was it. Oh.
Sending a message.
Gary turned to me and was like, that it? That's it. Let's go get him.
Yeah, stop hitting the snooze button. You can't sleep on life.
I think mine is to get better. Well, we caught up with some of your favorite players to find out what their New Year's resolutions are for 2017. Let's take a look.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year! My name is Brett Manny. I played for the New England Black Wolves. I wear number 13, and my New Year's resolution is to be the best man I can be.
Moments away from the start of the second half, right here from the Pepsi Center. Vancouver up 7-4, and Colorado starting with 4 minutes remaining on the major power play. Lacrosse is back at Pepsi Center. Watch the action from the best seats at the best prices. Partial plans start at just $8 per game. Pick any 3 games on the home schedule and bring the noise to the Loud House. Visit ColoradoMammoth.com for more information. Let's send it down between the benches and John Gallant.
New Year's resolution.
Thanks, guys.
For me
Not
is,
the start the Colorado Mammoth wanted, or the Colorado Mammoth fans here wanted here tonight, but they have a tremendous opportunity coming into the second half with 4 minutes left on a 5-minute power play. Let's see if they can get their offense going and put a little bit of stress here on the Vancouver Stealth defense.
Thanks, Johnny. And Jamie Shooters, you are a power play guy. There's no better time to get a team started as we get set for the forward second half face-off than to bring your team on the power play to start. A great time to get the fans into it, get your legs moving, and get some momentum back.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting, especially when you're down 3. The Mammoth just need to hit the reset button here, kind of clean up a few things, which we're sure that the coaching staff did in the locker room. So look for some set plays here on the power play and for the guys to be hungry.
Fowler wins the opening draw to himself, but he has the ball knocked out of his stick, but here comes Justin Salt on the break. Salt all alone, a nice job by Dan Coates to knock that ball loose, and they're going to call...
Back in here.
Oh, they're going to call interference on Salt. I agree, Johnny. I thought that was going to be a back-in call as well. But here come the Mammoth on the power play. Vancouver led by Reese Tetch, who had 6 points. Corey Small had 5. Zach Greer had a pair of assists. Dylan Ward made 22 saves. And here comes the power play unit for Colorado. 1 for 2 on the night.
A little bit of a different look. They're going strong right here with John Grant Jr. on the bench.
Greer to Crawford. Double scissor. Cross-street feed and a slam dunk from Eli McLaughlin. Hit the back of the net. Loose ball picked up there by Lintz. Now Matt Beers has it. And Vancouver will have to hurry up and get across the timeline, and Beers does just that.
Jamie, to your point there, the Vancouver Stealth defense really confused, not knowing where John Grant Jr. was on that power play.
Backdoor cut. Beers tries to find Keegan Ball, but it goes a little bit too high. And with 2:54 remaining on the 5-minute major, Colorado will look back to the power play. And they will once again go strong righty. Callum Crawford, Jeremy Noble, Rouet, Greer, and playing the creases, Eli McLaughlin.
Stop losing in the championship final.
Here is Crawford. A skip seal to Greer. He comes around the top, fakes the shot. Eli McLaughlin, what a look from Greer. His 3rd assist of the night. McLaughlin gets his 2nd. And that's a power play marker on the major. 1 comes off the major. They'll still be on the power play, and it's 7-5.
Yeah, I love the unselfishness the Mammoth offense is playing right now. I always thought that Callum Crawford had eyes in the back of his head. Looks like Zach Greer does too. What a play there to get Tyler Richards to the top of his crease and Eli in his usual spot. What a play by the Mammoth.
You mentioned Tyler Richards coming out to the top of his crease lot, and I was going to say I would like to see some of those top guys, Noble, Grant, Greer, Crawford, start to take some of those outside shots. And because when you take those outside shots, it lets that back door look be a little more open, and that's exactly what they did there. McLaughlin's 2nd from Greer and Crawford. Both of those are Greer and Crawford's 3rd assists on the night. 2:25 still remaining on the major. And Colorado going to look to try to get back to within 1 at 7-5. Another strong right power play unit. Same group out there for Colorado. Greer gives to Crawford. And they're going to run the same look. Nope, Noble's going to go down to the crease. Set the pick for McLaughlin. McLaughlin can't handle a pass, but he picks it up off the sideboards. Noble, backhand feed. Crawford shot, trying to go 5-hole, kick the side there by Richard. And Rouet does a nice job to bat the ball loose back to Zach Greer and reset the 30. McLaughlin to Greer. Crawford, Noble play 1-2. Noble shoots and scores low to low. Beats Richards. That's the shot I wanted to take a few minutes ago. And for Noble, he gets on the board, his 1st of the night, 2nd of the year. And that's what you do to start a second half when you have the man advantage. Scored 2 quick goals, and they're back to within 1. It's 7-5.
Yeah, it's fun lacrosse right there for the Mammoth power play. Getting that reset, getting the possession again, and being able to go 2 for 2 on a major penalty is huge. Like you mentioned, beginning to get the quarter going. So great job, kudos to the Mammoth on that power play.
So Wagner stays in the box to serve the remaining minute 40, but the teams will play 5-on-5. That's 2 goals in 49 seconds. And procedure called on Ilya Geitch. The possession will go to Fowler and the Stealth. Noble, his 1st of the night with the assist from Crawford, his 4th. And a chance there by the Stealth goes just wide. And a lucky break there for Colorado as they are able to keep the momentum. Here comes Cam Holding. Holding gives off to Capito.
Again, my teammates will.
And he'll roll it all the way back to Holding. Now here's John Grant.
A little bit better with that.
Noble has it in the far corner. Ruiz changed his shoes. Inside shot goes 5-hole, almost trickled through, and Richards didn't know where it was.
Yeah, give credit to Junior there. He's directing traffic, told Wardle where to go, set a little pick, and found himself open in the middle. That's a great play by Junior to get himself open.
Spears bounces it to McCready fresh off the bench, and he'll find McFetrich, who's stuck on O.
Here's this pressure defense again, fellas. Taking a lot of time off that shot clock.
Hello, Stealth fans. My name is
Small. Watched there by Gillies. He loses the handle. And Jordan Gillies has it. He runs away from pressure. Mammoth have a quick break here, and Gillies will slow things down. Downing. Will he shoot? No. He thought about it for a quick second, realized he had McCready on him. And they'll both go for a change. Here's Greer. 2 Mammoth players flash in the middle. Shot from Rouet. It goes off the right shoulder. And reset the 30. Nice save there from Richards as Rouet tried to go top cheese. Skip past near side McLaughlin. Now finds Crawford back to McLaughlin. He shoots far corner, hat trick. Eli McLaughlin in return. It's 7-7. 2 goals to start the second half for Eli. And we're all back to even Steven.
He was slow to get up there, but he made a great underneath move and just reached around the goalie. Again, Richards is out of his crease a little bit, a little bit off the goal line there. That was a great reach by Eli McLaughlin into his height.
3 goals on the night for Eli McLaughlin. That's 3 goals in 2 minutes and 37 seconds to start the second half. And you mentioned Eli McLaughlin, a little slow to get up. He took a pretty heavy body check from Ian Hawksby. He might have had the wind knocked out of him, but this is a perfect start if you're the Colorado Mammoth.
That's a great effort there by Eli, creating his own shot. His first 2 goals were a benefit of other guys and him being in the right spot, but that's another thing that this kid can do. It's great to see him come into his own the last couple of seasons with the Mammoth.
Fowler and Gaich at the draw. Fowler wins this one clean. He's got a lane down the middle. But he'll turn back. Nice job by Gaich to get in there and turn Fowler away from the center of the floor. Wagner fresh out of the penalty box. McLaughlin from Crawford. I believe it is his 4th. Might have thought that it might have been his 5th, but it is his 4th on the night. Outside shot, shoulder save there by Ward. First real save he's had to make here in the second half. Here comes Creighton Reed.
Great save by Wardo there.
Mammoth pushing the tempo. Crawford, shot, shoulder save there by Richard. Goes up into the netting. And now we're starting to see the Colorado Mammoth with a little bit of flow to their game. Getting late guys off the bench, taking some outside shots. Here's John Grant. Pump fake, shot, short side. Nice leg save there by Richards. Nice pick up there on the loose ball by Rouet.
Number 12 on the jersey.
Far side, Noble. One-on-one with McFetrich. Noble to Rouet, near side, Wardle. Wardle spin move, comes around the top. Gives to Noble. Grant, one-hand power move. Flips it.
On behalf of everyone here,
Rouet with a shot that goes off the shoulder. And out of play. We'll stay here with Mammoth ball. It's 7-7 here in the third quarter as the Mammoth have scored the first 3 goals to start the second half. 9.5 to go here in the third quarter. Mammoth lacrosse on altitude.
A new season, Tyson. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, stop hitting the snooze button. You can't sleep on
Should we?
Can we show Eli's last couple goals?
You can probably help out with that good track.
Well, we caught up with some of your favorite players to find out what their New Year's resolutions are for 2017. Let's take a look.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New
My name is Brett Manny. I play for the New England Black Wolves. I wear number 13, and my New Year's resolution is to be the best man I can be on and off the field and change as many kids' lives as I can in the next year.
Welcome back inside the Pepsi Center. Colorado had 4 goals in the first half. They scored 3 in the first, 5-21 here in the second half. It started with Eli McLaughlin on the power play, and then this outside bomb by Jeremy Noble got them to within 1. And then McLaughlin, with his second of the night, goes down the short side and puts it over the far side shoulder of Tyler Richards. Gets us tied up at 7 shots this period, guys. Colorado 10. Vancouver 1, and John Glant, that all has to do with his pressure defense of Pat Coyle.
Really increased the tempo of the game. Power play coming out of that second half, and their offense is moving. All 5 guys are moving here very well.
Here come the Mammoth off the reset, and a tough pass inside from Noble, picked off there by Travis Cornwall. And Vancouver will get across center, and looking for their real first offensive set here in the second half. Here's Reese Dutch. He's got 6 points on the night. Finds Thurston, far side Corey Small, gets underside, Small shot, and a nice job there by Joey Capito to get in front of that one and knock it down. Greg Downing, who's been an absolute beast all over the floor tonight, headmans the ball to Jordan Gillies, and here come the Mammoth. Rouet bounced it far side, Callum Crawford. He's gonna wait for help. He finds it to John Grant Jr. off the bench. He flips to Wardle, skips it far side. Crawford, shot, scores, far corner. Callum Crawford and the Mammoth have their first lead of the game It's 8-7 Colorado.
Again, just excellent ball movement there. Good patience on offense. Whatever Coach Gill said to these guys in the locker room is clearly working. An excellent pick there by number 20, Rouet. Crawford comes around, extends his arms, and lets it rip to that bottom corner. What a great set of offense by the Mammoth.
4 goals in 4 minutes and 39 seconds here for the Mammoth. And in another case, we saw this with the Colorado defense in the first half, John Gallant, of defenders stepping out to shooters just with their stick, not stepping out with a purpose and putting sticks on bodies, just waving at guys. And that was Callum Crawford using his defender as a screen.
Absolutely. It's the Vancouver defenders are going underneath those picks, and that's creating that space for Callum Crawford to get his hands free, take that shot. He's struggling a little bit here on the bench, cramping up, but he's got this crowd going.
Coates loses his footing, but able to throw the ball behind him to Cam Holding. Crawford's first of the night to go along with 4 assists to Wardle and Grant Jr. Time of the goal, 6-16. And here comes the Mammoth again. Shot there from Noble. Richards makes the save and able to scoop up the loose ball before it crosses the goal line. Beers, headman pass. Durston pump fake and the ball fell out of his stick. Great headman pass there from Matt Beers. Thought he might have forced it, but Durston with an incredible handle. But just couldn't finish the playoff. Here's Dutch. Cross crease feet, Durston, that shot went 5-hole between Ward, but skipped out the backside. Reese Dutch picks up the loose ball, gets underneath, flips it, Keegan ball, shoots, trying to go 5-hole, and Ward is there to make the save. And a nice sequence there from the Vancouver Stealth on offense, get a couple opportunities, and that shot from Durston didn't miss by much. Here's Wardle. Wardle one-on-one with Fetridge, tries to get underneath. Backside figure out Crawford, and he's robbed by Richards. Nice look from Wardle. Vancouver quick off the bench. McFetridge inside, shoots, bounce it up and over the netting, and that'll be Colorado possession. And Johnny, I can hear the guys up here yelling at the D to get, or the O to get off the floor. Colorado needs to do a better job. That's one thing Vancouver does really well, is transition the ball with guys like Salt and McFetridge. And Noble loses his footing. Rouet battling in the corner. Loose ball picked up there by Lintz. He's double teamed in the corner. Ball still loose. Lintz can't handle it. Picked up there by Rouet. Reset to 30. Shots this quarter, 13-2 in favor of Colorado. Here's McLaughlin. He has a hat trick on the night. Gets a pass back from Greer. Crawford thought about the shot. Pump fake, spins around the backside. Wardle. He gets a pick. Heel shoot, bouncer just missed. No shot on target, goes near the timeline. 5 on the shot clock. McLaughlin, instead of throwing it to the corner, just threw it right to a stealth defender. That's not going to sit well with offensive coach Chris Gill. Here's Keegan Ball. Reese Dutch, late man off the bench, finds Durst, now far corner, Schuss. Skip pass, Dutch shot, trying to go far corner, and just missed, and Ilya Gaich couldn't handle it. Now another bomb to Reese Dutch, tries to get underneath. He'll shoot, trying to go short side, and Ward had to be close not to come off his post too early.
The speed at which these Vancouver Stealth pass the ball, they might pass the ball harder than I ever shot the ball.
Well, you didn't shoot it very hard to begin with. But you are right, John Gallant. They do fire it as if they're shooting with a pass every time. And they're used to that. Every time in practice, when they work those skip passes in warm-up, they're firing them, making sure D guys can't get it. Here's O'Doherty with a dive and a shot. Is it in? Where is it? No, they say no goal. Crease violation, and you saw O'Doherty. He wanted to go right at the net on that one. Here's Downing.
We're seeing both teams kind of spread out the defense and get some outside shots. Hopefully that'll open up some penetration to the middle and start looking for those backside dumps again.
Noble off the bench trying to throw a change-up twister. And they're going to call Downing for in the crease. Once again, the Colorado bench was just waiting for that replay to show up. But O'Doherty was in the crease before the ball did cross the line. There's Keegan Ball. Finds Logan Schuss with a head of steam. Interior feed. And a nice collapse defense there by the Mammoth as they swarm Thomas Hogarth. And here's Joey Capito. Gives off to John Grant Jr. And he'll set things up in the low corner. Work the two-man game with Zach Greer. Jr. swim move. gets inside, backhand feed, one-handed catch, but he couldn't get the shot off, and that was Capito. And he's looking for the call from the officials, but he's not going to get one. But what a pass inside from John Grant Jr. The Mammoth have stormed back to take the lead here. It's 8-7 with 4.5 to go from the Loud House here on altitude. Okay, perfect. Awesome.
Up! Leave him!
Wait, Jess?
KeyBank, the exclusive banking partner of your Colorado Mammoth. Nice job, man. We'll see you at the bar after the show.
8-7 is your score for the Colorado Mammoth inside the Loud House as they look to get their first home win of the year. In 2016, they set a franchise record with 8 home wins, and they look to match that record this year here in Denver.
Where's all the crazy kids at in the crowd tonight?
Eli McLaughlin has a hat trick here in this game. That came in the span of 10 minutes and 7 seconds. Callum Crawford has 6 points, a goal, and 5 assists, and the Mammoth lead 8-7. Vancouver South again went the fake 6-on-5. Here's McCready. Outside shot. Nice save there from Dylan Ward as he closes the wickets and holds on for the loose ball. Holding will move it up to Hope. Hope right on the timeline, has to be careful. Skips it over to Rouet. Rouet comes near side, Cam Holding. And now he finds Zach Greer. Greer has the inside feed, but a nice job there by John Lintz to knock that pass down as Greer was looking for McLaughlin. And up the floor comes John Lintz, who seems to be better than he was a few minutes ago after taking an outside shot below the belt. Here's McCready. McCready turned back by a nice defensive play there by Bryce Sweeting. McCready dives, 5-hole scores. And that's the area Joel McCready loves to get to. Underneath, diving across the front of the cage. He gets his first of the night, second of the year. And Vancouver's tied things up 8 apiece.
Yeah, he's definitely difficult to stop when he's driving the crease like that. But if you look at Reese Dutcher, he causes some interference on the Mammoth defender. I believe it was Ilya Gaich, and that just opened up that underneath lane for McCready, and he made no mistake by reaching across and burying it home.
Johnny, what do defenders have to do to avoid that low seal that Dutch put on Gaich?
Well, it's got to come from communication with your teammates. You're anticipating that a little bit, and you know you got support from the off-ball side, but it all starts with communication. Make sure that you don't get that seal down there.
Fowler wins the draw, tries to skip it to Wagner, and Schuss has it now. Schuss watched by Capito, fires it all the way up to the benches to Durson, who skips it to Keegan Ball. That was the Stell's first goal in 13 minutes and 41 seconds, and they get another one back as Schuss fires a long-range bouncer that beats Dylan Ward, and Vancouver regains the lead. It's 9-8.
Hands free again, guys. Hands free again. Was able to really lean into that shot and bury it low.
Yeah, you had a good vantage point there, Johnny. Just kind of over a screen a little bit too. Did Dylan Ward not really see that one?
probably did not see it as well as he wanted to. He had Downing there waving his stick a little bit, which can distract him a little bit. But as you can see, from a defensive point of view, if you're able to get your hands free as an O guy and shoot the ball like that and not move, that means I wasn't in the right spot and I didn't engage you with contact either.
Interesting to see the Colorado Mammoth going with Ilya Gaich on the draws after how successful Dan Coates was on Brendan Fowler. Fowler has won the last few draws and it's given Vancouver possession as they've scored 2 goals in 24 seconds. McCready at 11:25 from Beers and John Linz, and then Schuss from Ball and Durston. And they've retaken the lead 9-8, and now it's 10-8 as Dutch gets his 4th goal of the game, and that's 3 straight for Vancouver. And back and forth we go. What a game we have building up here at the Pepsi Center.
Fellas, that's why I love this game. It's a game of runs. There's momentum swings, back and forth. Clearly Vancouver's on that run. We'll look to see if the Mammoth can answer back in some way here to kind of kill this momentum that the Stealth are having.
That was a slide down the top side from Creighton Reed to throw the double team and it left Reese Dutch wide open in the middle of the floor. And what a pass it was, and Dutch got it and fired it short side past Dylan Ward. 3 goals in 52 seconds. Dutch his 4th from McCready and Ball at 12:07. And it's a 2-goal lead for Vancouver. Ball loose down the far corner of the Stealth zone. Bodies crashing in the corner. Ball still loose right there in front of the official. And it's picked up, and here comes Vancouver the other way with Thomas Hogarth. 3-on-2 for Vancouver. Hogarth to McCready, shot kicked aside there by Dylan Ward. Loose ball picked up by Josh Sullivan, but he's double teamed by McCready. Ball still loose, McCready diving all over the floor. 2-on-1 for Vancouver. Hogarth, twister short side, a nice save there by Dylan Ward. But Hogarth was in the crease, and here comes Greg Downing the other way. If I'm Colorado, I know you want to get back in this game, but I'd like to see them settle things down, get some possession, give the defense a rest.
Yeah, definitely get back to their game plan they had coming out in that second half, where they're just kind of calm and patient and sharing the ball and moving it fast.
Grant Jr. to Noble. That shot goes off the end boards and out of play. And it'll be Vancouver possession. 3 goals in 52 seconds for the Vancouver Stealth.
You can feel the momentum down here on the benches, boys. Vancouver feels if they can get the next one, they can really take it over.
Here's Reese Dutch. Skips the pass. Shot there from Small. Nice stick save from Dylan Ward. Loose ball picked up by Reed. And now here comes Ilya Gaich. 2-on-1 the other way for Colorado. Gaich with Crawford. Crawford trying to go far side, and a great glove save there from Tyler Richards. We all kind of thought he was going to pull that far side, short side fake that he was so good at last year. But this time he just tried to go straight shot, and Richards was equal to the task.
Colorado got that break there. Vancouver Stealth player stopped to pick up his mouth guard. That gave Mammoth that little break.
Triple team on McCready, and he's dispossessed. And Dan Coates picks up the loose ball. Nice defensive pressure there, as McCready was pretty much all alone in the offensive zone. Hope to Rouet, far side, Jeremy Noble. Watch there by Lintz. Noble outside shot, and those long shots aren't going to be beating Tyler Richards if they don't have any zip on them. And that was 2 soft shots from Noble that Richards had no problem with.
Yeah, Teddy, especially off of just one pass and then an outside shot. Tyler Richards is literally touching the top of his crease with his feet. It's going to be tough to get it around him. I'd like to see the Mammoth get back to moving the ball and getting deep in the corner and getting guys like Wardle and Eli McLaughlin cutting the middle.
Quick release there from Keegan Ball. Caught Dylan Ward off guard as we're into the final 15 seconds. Capito, he loses it. And what's the call here from the official? They're going to say Colorado called a timeout. As Capito had it, they did. And so Colorado will call a timeout, hold for last possession with 7.9 remaining here in the third quarter, with Vancouver up 10-8.
And not the shot Jamie Batley, the Vancouver Stealth, wanted there right at the end. They were screaming to hold it for the last shot. They're not happy that their offense went a little too early there, giving Colorado this last possession.
Yeah, we see it in hockey. We see it in the game of lacrosse too. These goals that are scored in the last minute are definitely big goals for the team that scores it, and especially when you get to pull your goalie and set up and draw up a play during a timeout.
So Colorado will go 6-on-5. pull Dylan Ward and try to get one back here before the end of the quarter.
Caleb Crawford's going to start with the ball. We'll see how fast he can get it up the floor here. He's been complaining of cramps. Trainer Joel Rader's been supporting him all third quarter here, getting fluids into him.
They've been looking for the backside look either from Greer to Noble or Greer to Crawford. Let's see what play they try and line up here with only, they put 3 seconds back on, so 10.5 to go. Crawford sprints across center, gives to Noble. Inside feed, shot just missed short side, and a great look inside. Vancouver's was expecting it to go to Greer down the near side, but it went inside Drouet, who just missed the short side corner. It was a back and forth affair here in the third, but Vancouver will go into the break with a 10-8 lead. Fourth quarter action coming up live here from the Loud House on Altitude TV.
Guy from NLL Productions here, and we have some big news for you. NLL TV is officially here.
That's right, you won't have to miss any of the games, any of the goals, any of the big hits, any of those huge saves.
Tyson, I think they get it. They won't miss any of the action from the upcoming season if you subscribe to NLL TV today. Hey everyone.
Rush! It's game time! Let's go!
Up, up! Leave him!
Help, help, help!
Hey, Jess.
The Loud House where the third quarter has ended, which was a game of runs. Colorado scored 4 goals in 4:41. Vancouver scored 3 straight in 52 seconds. Here's the one from Joel McCready diving cross crease to go 5-hole on Ward. Logan Schuss with an outside bomb goes under Ward's right-hand glove. And then an inside feed to Reese Dutch, and he goes short side on Ward to make it a 2-goal lead, 10-8 as we get set to start the fourth quarter. John Blanc, what was the message from head coach Pat Coyle between the breaks?
He really wanted his defense to stay steady, not too high, not too low. They know what they've got to do to be successful, but to stay in the game and composed.
Brendan Fowler wins another face-off on a procedure for Dan Coates, and he's really improved his game over the last 2 quarters. Here's Schuss to Small, skip feed, Dutch 5-hole scores, and he continues to love to play in this arena.
Yeah, he's been a monster here. I've been on it on the players' side of things too. I love watching this guy play. He was a great teammate when I played with him in Victoria, and again, this is clearly something that the Vancouver Stealth bench talked about, getting the ball moving side to side, that little flip pass and then another pass. So it's 2 passes away with this pressure defense, and you get a guy like Reese Dutch with his hands free, like Johnny keeps talking about, ball's gonna probably end up in the back of the net.
That's 5 goals on the night for Reese Dutch. That one went 5-hole just above the head of Dylan Ward's stick. And again, Brendan Fowler wins another draw. Draws are now 11-11, make it 12-11 in favor of Vancouver as Brendan Fowler is going up against his old team. And after his first NLL game last weekend, where he wasn't as successful, going for 11 for 39. He's really turned his game around here tonight and helped Vancouver get second and third possessions and the momentum. Corey Small tries to go short side and beat Dylan Ward 5-hole, but he's able to stop that one. Now is the time where where Colorado needs to stop the Vancouver run, get a goal, get the crowd back into it, and give their defense a break. Here's Noble, one-on-one with John Lintz. Callum Crawford sets a high seal. Diagonal feed to John Grant, he loses possession. And Richards is gonna outlet it up the floor to Wagner. Wagner bobbles it. And all over him is Bryce Sweeting. Sweeting pressures him towards center. Ball goes far side, Joel McCready. McCready flip pass ball, and that'll be a crease call in Vancouver. Gonna be Colorado possession. Here come the Mammoth. Joey Capito across the center, gives off to Callum Crawford. Rouet. Now far side, Greer goes into the low corner to Eli McLaughlin. Wardle slashes through. McLaughlin tries to get underneath, tries to go short side, top corner, just missed. Crawford with the rebound. Diagonal feed to Wardle, doesn't connect. Rouet, and he'll just throw in the corner. Shot clock violation on the Mammoth.
That was a better possession by the Mammoth. They just need to stay calm, stay focused. 3 goals is nothing in 13 minutes in this game. So, I like what they did there. They just need to continue moving the ball, stay calm, and just trust that their skill is going to put the ball in the net.
Dutch has 8 points on the night, 5 goals, 3 assists. His latest goal getting assist from Small and Schuss. And Vancouver has a 3-goal lead. It's 11-8. Here is Schuss. Tries to find Reese Dutch. He can't handle it, but it goes right to McCready. And that'll be a shot clock violation on the Vancouver Stealth. Here's Downing. He gives off to Noble. Watched there by Lintz. Noble tries to get underneath. Noble dives far corner, and a nice save by Tyler Richards. Mammoth bench wanting a back-in call on Vancouver. They're not going to get one. Here comes Ryan Wagner. Wagner still with it, trying to find help off the bench. We'll come back near side, Jordan Durston. As Noble tried to dunk it far corner on Richards, but Richards put up the left arm and denied him on the opportunity. Here's Ball. Shot, kicked aside by Dylan Ward. Creighton Reed tries to jump up for that. Loose ball, and he's outnumbered in the corner. Durston picks it up and gives it off to Keegan Ball. Down in the low corner, McCready. Jordan Durston. He'll play the 2-man side here right underneath us with Logan Schuss. Gets it back. Durston. Skip fast. Dutch shot. Try to go 5-hole, and Ward closed the door. Long outlet, Capito. And he can't handle the pass. A little too far. He can't handle a second bounce, but he's able to pick up the loose ball out of the corner.
Mammoth defense got away with one there. Dutchy on the shooter spot there. A little bit of ball watching, just couldn't get the pass to him.
Crawford shot goes off the left arm of Richards and out of play. Oh, they're going to say he didn't touch it. That looked like it went off his elbow.
The Mammoth bench are with you, Ted. They believe it went off his elbow as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it could have bounced out of bounds like that if it went off the boards.
Here's Reese Dutch in the far corner. He has been an absolute Mammoth killer over the years. But the Mammoth have won 2 games last year, 11-10 here at the Pepsi Center. It took 3 of 4 from Vancouver. Here's Small. Watched by Hope to Dutch. Diagonal feed behind the net. McCready on his wrong side. Inside feed to Durston. Great save from Dylan Ward. Robert Hope. Long strides across center. Waiting for help off the bench. Finds Rouet. Now near side Noble. Noble one-on-one with Lintz. Shot scores! Eli McLaughlin gets his 4th. That one trickles through the 5-hole of Richards. And it's a 2-goal game, 11-9 with 10.5 to play in the 4th.
It's a timely goal by Eli McLaughlin. Again, excellent ball movement. You can see the excitement of not only Eli after he scores, but all 5 guys. Looks like they got their confidence back. Again, like I mentioned, they just need to trust what they're doing, keep the ball moving, and put the ball on cage, and good things are going to happen.
Eli McLaughlin only had 1 assist in the opening game of the season in Buffalo last weekend. He's thrown in 4 goals here tonight to lead Colorado, and they're down 2. And they got the crowd back in this one, and Dan Coates won the draw, but his teammates unable to pick up that loose ball. As Travis Cornwall has it. Ball pops out of his stick, and he's right on top of it, right in front of the penalty box. And they're going to say a redraw. And they're going to say it got stuck between the boards and the turf. They'll redraw. McLaughlin, his fourth.
A little bit of a bad break there for the Mammoth. Mammoth defense really did an excellent job pinching off the ball carrier there and would have gotten the ball back. We'll see if they can, Dan Coates can win a face-off again here for the Mammoth.
Did the ball get stuck in the turf, Johnny?
Yeah, just in the turf, right in front of the penalty box, just between the boards and the turf.
Coates and Fowler on the draw again. Fowler wins it, scoops it right back to Peter McFetridge. Actually, that might have been O'Doherty taking that draw. Here's Lintz. McCready, fresh off the bench, gives to Reese Dutch. Dutch gets underneath, McCready flashes. Shot, that hit a body in front, never made it on target. Loose ball picked up by Creighton Reed. Mammoth trying to run here, but Reed doesn't have supporting troops.
Logan Shush is stuck on defense, see if he can get off here.
Colorado doesn't take advantage, might have a late guy with numbers. Noble's open, top center. Pump fake, tried to feed it inside to Wardle.
That was your late guy, Ted. Just couldn't get the shot off.
O'Doherty headmans the ball. Ilya Gaich will play soft on ball until everyone else gets on the floor. Late man is Reese Dutch, he has it now. Durston. Short side boards to Corey Small. He comes around the top, inside feed, ball shot right on target. And once again, Colorado not communicating, losing bodies through the traffic, and ball was left all alone.
And what they're doing, Teddy, is they're sealing off the middle guy there. And what's been happening is they're skipping across those shots, and there Keegan Ball just slipped the middle and got a great opportunity.
Rouet to Greer to Grant. He gets a pick. Thought about the shot, tucks underneath, switches hands. Grant bounces the far side, and a kick save there by Richards. As Grant went left to right, back to his strong side, but couldn't put it past the Vancouver goaltender. McFetridge legs it down the floor, finds Reese Dutch, then will go for a change. And Cam Holding will pressure Dutch to make the pass to Corey Small. Schuss to Dutch. Durston flashed through the middle, was open for a brief second. Long outside shot from Schuss. Goes off the dash or an out of play. And with 8:17 remaining in the fourth quarter, Colorado trails Vancouver 11-9. We'll come back with the last 8:17 here from the Pepsi Center.
Lacrosse League logo honors its over 30 years of history, but also pushes towards a new era, a new day. An updated colorway of black and silver illuminates the way forward, with technology and innovation as our mandate. The Shield captures the warrior spirit of the physical battle of sport while being modern enough to appeal to new audiences. The goal. By extruding the shape of the shield, the container is one that is a nod to the ubiquitous shape of a lacrosse goal. The original four arrows representing the founding of our league with 4 professional box lacrosse teams. Washington, D.C., Baltimore, New Jersey, Philadelphia converge to create the NLL star, a modern interpretation of a star that combines both the arrows of the original 4 teams and a Native American morning star. The 4 arrows converge to create the heart of the star representing the current teams and the fans who are the beacon of the future of the National Lacrosse League. This is the National Lacrosse League. Today is our day.
The Loud House, ladies and gentlemen, John Gallant, Jamie Shuchuk, and I am Teddy Jenner. It's been a game of little battles, and the little battle that's being won right now by the Vancouver Stealth has been the face-offs. And Brendan Fowler didn't start off so great, 0 for 5, but since John Gallant, he's gone 14 for 6 and helped the Vancouver Stealth gain momentum and gain second, third, fourth possessions.
The Mammoth have thrown a couple different players at him there to try to slow him down. Dan Coates has been recently the most successful. We'll see in the last 8 minutes here who the Mammoth put out there on the face-off unit.
Final 8 minutes here in the home opener for the Colorado Mammoth. Vancouver Stealth looking to go 2-0 on the road to start the year. And here's Jeremy Noble. Diagonal feed easily picked off there by Justin Salt. And Vancouver's got numbers the other way, 3-on-2. Salt to McCready, to Dutch. Pump fake, hesitation. There is 6. And Reese Dutch has made it a 3-goal lead. It's 12-9. And that's reverse transition to offense as it is expertly done.
Yeah, we're not going to see any socks flying here in Pepsi Center when Reese Dutch scores, but like you just talked about, what an excellent heads-up play by both players moving the ball up the floor. McCready and then Dutch, that little stutter there, gets Dylan Ward off his game, and Dutchie just buries it low. It's a great shot.
A clinical finish from Reese Dutch. The pauser just made one little hedge, got Dylan Ward to bite. Ward thought he was going to go back short side, and then he puts it far side for 6th of the night. 9 points on the evening for Reese Dutch. And here comes Joey Capito. Bounce it to Wardle. He gets turned back. Sorry, that's Cam Holding.
Ted Dancoats on that face-off there. He's won the last 3 here for the Colorado Mammoth.
Yeah, he seemed to be a little bit more effective than Ilya Gaichez. Backhand shot from John Grant. Tyler Richards there to make the save. Greer picks up the loose ball. McFetridge loses his helmet. Noble trying to get around his defender. Inside feed. Wardle, he couldn't handle the pass. And then he's run over by the check of McFetridge. Long outlet pass to Dutch. Goes off the corner boards. And Dutch picks it up. Josh Sullivan's there to deny him the ball. Dutch still battling. Loose ball picked up by Shush. One-handed shot. Great kick save there from Dylan Ward. Greg Downing has it. 7 minutes to play. Colorado down 3. Here's Josh Sullivan. To Eli McLaughlin. He's got 4 goals on the night. Rouet gets a pick, comes around the top, comes back down near side to Noble. Noble thought about it. Now he'll shoot. Twister. Shoulder save by Tyler Richards. Loose ball. Picked up by Hawksby. And he finds Fowler.
Jamie, not a lot of movement by the Colorado Mammoth lefties on that possession. That really allowed the defense to sink in and support their right-handed defenseman on that last shift.
The chant of defense comes alive here in the Loud House. Here's Corey Small around the top, comes back near side, shot, takes the shot, heavy shot on net. Ward has it. And Logan Schuss trying to pop the ball free from Robert Hope's stick. Dylan Ward trying to figure out why that wasn't a penalty for crease play.
Colorado Mammoth bench really pushing for all 5 guys to continue moving together, guys. They really want this offense moving as a 5-man unit.
Well, you can just see that guys aren't sprinting off the bench. It's got to be coming onto the floor with more of a purpose, trying to catch this Vancouver defense napping. Matt Beers knocked down to the ground. Ball's loose at center floor. Oh, and it's knocked down in a clear-cut breakaway. Thomas Hogarth all alone. Hogarth shoots off the post. Keegan Ball gets underneath. Ball with a dive shot. Where is it? And they're going to call crease violation on Ball.
Yeah, Johnny, going back to the Mammoth offense here, you know, it's very easy as an offensive player when you're down a couple goals with time, becoming a factor. You constantly look at the clock and you want to press a little bit, and sometimes that's not the answer.
High pass there from Crawford to Grant doesn't connect. Grant takes a bump. Loose ball picked up by Wardle, but he's dispossessed, and Wardle's had a bit of a struggle tonight. Long outlet pass to Justin Salt on the breakaway. Salt shoots and scores! Short side, stick side from Justin Salt, and it's 13-9 for for Vancouver. Salt's first of the year, and another goal in transition, and a great outlet pass down the floor as Wardle lost it. Picked up by Chris O'Doherty. He just headmans the ball to Justin Salt, and Josh Sullivan couldn't get there in time, and Salt goes short side. Time of the goal, 10:06, and with just under 5 to play, it's a 4-goal game. But runs happen in the National Lacrosse League as some fans start to leave for the exits here. But there's still plenty of lacrosse to be played here inside the Pepsi Center. Fowler wins the draw to himself, ball loose right in front of the benches. Ball's loose, Holding pokes it down the boards. Can he chase after it? Hawksby runs into there to cause interference. Holding battling. He gets a little bit of help. Ball's still loose. And it's finally picked up there by Robert. Sorry, I think that's Joey Capito. He finds Downing. He thought about the shot. But he's just going to circle back and find the forwards coming off the bench. Crawford to Grant. Down low, McLaughlin. Crawford again. Inside feed, Grant. He's held by Beers, looking for a call, none coming. And that's a headman pass. Look out! McFetridge almost leveled there by Ilya Gaich. And then the pass comes near side to John Lintz. This has been a very impressive performance from this Vancouver Stealth squad. Coming off playing in back-to-back games, they've been the fresher team late, and they've had the momentum here in the fourth quarter as they lead by 4. Small, shut, short side, no looker, beats Ward 5-hole, and make it 14 on the night. And that's what Schuss does. He can lull you to sleep and then fires those shots right on target without looking, and Ward gets beat 5-hole.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Logan Schuss ever since he broke into the league. He seems to just have that awareness of where the goal is at all times. And we talked about his quick release at the beginning on one of his goals here. He just turns and fires it, and Dylan Ward is not quick enough to react to that quick release that Logan Schuss has.
3:42 remaining. And that's going to be a possession call on Fowler on the draw. So it'll be Colorado ball. Schuss gets his 4th of the night with the assist to Corey Small, his 5th. It's 14-9 Vancouver. The final 3:40 coming up here on Altitude.
Ourselves focused, and we kept each other in check, and the only thing we took were epic shots. Yesterday we saw more twists and turns in 8 seconds than most people saw in an entire season. We lost the ball, lost our minds, we lost countless times in every game. If you could see the ball, that was a slow day. Yesterday physics didn't apply to us. Gravity wasn't welcome in our box. Armed with just a stick and a ball, we took flight. Yesterday, we were the best we could be. Today is our day.
The Pepsi Center, ladies and gentlemen, Vancouver on a 7-1 run over the last 7 minutes and 17 seconds. 54 shots on net for Vancouver tonight. That's the 7th straight game dating back to last season that a Mammoth opponent has had at least 50 shots on goal. And John Gallant, you're a defender, and you've had goaltenders yell at you. What's the difference between not allowing teams excessive shots and allowing them a lot of shots?
Well, the more shots is the more opportunities and shifts. Vancouver's been getting a lot of resets.
Noble with an outside shot. That one goes high and wide. And conversely, Colorado hasn't been doing a successful job putting shots on net. And Cornwall scores the empty netter as Colorado went 6 on 5. And that should pretty much ice it with 3:24 to go. As Cornwall gets his first of the year.
Yeah, that could be the dagger right there, fellas. You know, unfortunately, the Mammoth went to their set 6 on 5 play, and an outside shot misses the goal. That's a risk you take, and unfortunately, the Stealth went back the other way, and a great heads-up play by Cornwall, putting it in the empty net.
15-9 is your score. Cornwall gets the goal, the empty netter. And Fowler wins another draw. Man, has he been good in this second half. That's an illegal pick called there on Ian Hawksby. And here comes Ilya Gaich. Gaich to Capito. He'll leave it off for Callum Crawford.
Mammoth's going to stay 5-on-5 here.
Makes sense to me. No sense pulling Dylan Ward. You're down 6 with 3 to go. Wardle. Rouet. Tries to get underneath. Nice defense there by Beers. Rouet with a shot turned aside by Richards. Crawford to Greer, outside shot. That hit Hawksby. And Hawksby goes down, and Grant makes sure he's okay. Crawford gets a high pick. Crawford takes the shot. Easily saved there by Richards.
Heads up! Heads up!
And ball's outletted across center. Here's Justin Salt. And Vancouver will call a timeout with 2:20 remaining here in the game. Don't forget, Mammoth fans, your Colorado Mammoth are back here live at the Pepsi Center next weekend when they welcome the New England Black Wolves to town.
Sorry, Teddy, I want to talk about the Vancouver Stealth offense here. It's been interesting to see them kind of rebuilding. You know, obviously they're building around guys like Reese Dutch and Corey Small, been the go-to guys of the last few seasons, but big pickup with Logan Schuss, McCready last year. Keegan Ball had a great game last night, and it looks like they're well coached. They look structured, they look disciplined. They've done an excellent job here, kind of adapting to what the Mammoth defense has been throwing at them today.
Johnny, what's it been like from your vantage point down here in the second half, the difference between the first and second, or even the difference between that run the Mammoth went on in the third quarter?
I think to go with Jamie's point there, you know, Vancouver historically with some of their guys have been some outside shooting team, and they've really done a great job tonight getting to the middle and getting some quality shots in the middle of the floor as well. And I think for the Colorado Mammoth, you know, they had a great start. You know, they just weren't able to hold that momentum right now. And we see John Grant Jr. working very hard on the offensive end, but they don't have all 5 guys working hard consistently every shift on the O end. And that's allowing that Vancouver defense to really sink in and support one another.
Well, it's going to be something that the Mammoth coaching staff will have to look at the game film and come up with a better plan next weekend when the Black Wolves come to town. Outside shot there from Noble goes off the post and out of play.
But to Jamie's point earlier, Colorado Mammoth come out in the second half on the power play. They tie the game. The loud house is truly the loud house. And the Vancouver Stealth, you know, withstood that momentum and really went on their own little run, and Colorado wasn't able to answer that.
John Grant doing a nice job along the near side boards to pick up that loose ball. Takes a bump there from Hodgson. 5 on the shot clock. Shot there from McLaughlin. Rebound. Reset to 30. Eli's never going to quit. Geit shot. Another nice save there from Richards. Loose ball picked up.
Mammoth looked a little disorganized there. They only had 4 guys on the floor for a bit, and then Junior ran off, and they put the 4th guy. I don't know where the 5th guy was for that shift.
Final minute of the game. Mammoth faithful on their feet. It wasn't the result they were looking for in their home opener. They only lost 1 game at home last year, so maybe this will be the tick in the loss column. McCready just going to allow the clock to wind down. He'll roll it into the end corner. Gets an extra chop there from Bryce Sweeting. And Sweeting gets a little hello from Peterborough native Jamie Batley. They're quite familiar with each other. Noble inside feed, another pass picked off. This one from Justin Salt. And that's happened far too often for this Colorado Mammoth offense. I know it's late in the game and they're just kind of doing anything to put a ball in net, but too many passes picked off going east to west. Here's Hawksby. Referee's just making sure nothing untoward happens in the final seconds of this contest. And that'll do it here. The Vancouver Stealth go on the road and take 2 wins to start the season. This one 15-9 over the Colorado Mammoth.
Yeah, what a start to the season for the Vancouver Stealth. On the road, we talked about how difficult it can be, but these guys, like I mentioned, they've been disciplined. You can tell they were well coached today. They had a plan. They were able to watch game film from the Mammoth last week, and I think that definitely displayed on both ends of the floor here tonight in the Pepsi Center.
Your forward player of the game is Reese Dutch from the Vancouver Stealth. 6 goals, 2 on the power play, 3 assists for 9 points. He now has 16 on the year. It's never light when a visiting player gets a sock drink, but Reese Dutch was full value tonight. He is your Ford Player of the Game. We'll be back to wrap things up here from the Loud House. Your final score, Colorado 9, Vancouver 15. We'll be back to wrap it up live here on Altitude. Colorado Mammoth Lacrosse on Altitude is presented by Pete Kia. It's a great idea. By Altitude 950 AM. When you aren't able to catch our games live on Altitude TV, be sure to tune in to our new radio home. Altitude 950 is the place to catch all of the Altitude sports action. And by the Ford F-150. Get the truck that was made to work. Ford F-150. Built better, built stronger, built Ford tough. Final score, Vancouver takes it 15-9 over the Colorado Mammoth. Colorado dropping a 1-on-1 in the year. Vancouver moves to 2-0. Joined back in studio here with Jamie Shuchuk. And you know, Jamie, it was a game of runs. We saw it from the opening face-off right down to the end. But if you're the Colorado Mammoth fan base and if you're the Colorado Mammoth players, what positives do you take away from tonight?
Well, they're 1-1, right? They dropped a game. Probably better to lose it now than at the end of the season or in the playoffs. So I'm always for a loss. It's not fun in that locker room, but it's something you can focus on to improve and get better for next weekend.
The Vancouver Stealth got off to a hot start. They got the first goal of the game, and the trading of goals started going back and forth. And we saw that through most of the game. As we see the opening goal here, as Reese Dutch comes in and fires a shot, he was the man of the game tonight with 6 goals. And Colorado didn't really have an answer for him. They couldn't find an answer for Reese Dutch all night.
Yeah, he was on fire. The kid lights it up here when he's in Pepsi Center. He's one of the most clutch guys around the league. He definitely carried his team on the shoulders tonight.
It was Dylan Ward in net against Tyler Richards, and both had their moments to shine. But Tyler Richards was probably the better goaltender. Dylan Ward saw a lot of shots here tonight.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Over 50 shots in a game is a lot for a goaltender. You're going to see some fatigue, but I think Dylan Ward's still in his head. He's a professional. He's going to look at the film. He's going to be better next week.
Next week exactly is when the New England Black Wolves have come to town to take on the Mammoth here at the Pepsi Center. Vancouver will head home to take on Calgary. But this is the game where we're seeing some of these highlights, and they're getting good looks, they're getting backside shots. but they need to be better and find more quality shots next week against New England.
Yeah, I think what happened with Mammoth though was just, they got down by a couple goals and they started gripping their six a little bit too tight, pressing the issue. It's easy to do that because you want to make a play, but just trusting the system and trusting what Coach Gilly's saying there on the bench is what the Mammoth need to do.
The high point for Colorado was coming out to start the second half with that power play. They scored 2 goals on the 5-minute major. They got themselves their first lead of the game, but it didn't phase the Vancouver Stealth. They came right back into things, and they got the lead back, and they never relinquished it.
Yeah, power plays were definitely a big point in this game, coming out of the third quarter there with the Mammoth, and then the Vancouver Stealth 4 for 4 in the first half is huge. That's going to put you in a great position to win a ball game.
There's a late shot there by Logan Schutz. He continued his hot streak there. You look at your shots, 55 for Vancouver, 52 for Colorado, the 7th straight game, and an opponent has had 50-plus shots on the Mammoth. Faceoffs were questions for the Vancouver Stealth in the first half. They really found Brendan Fowler's strength in the second half. And you know what? 15-9 is the final. Maybe not indicative of how well the Mammoth played, but very indicative of how well Vancouver played.
Yeah, it's an 18-game season, but it's also a long season. These guys get to recuperate throughout the week, get their bodies back to where they need to be for next week. And like I said, I'm all for a loss. It's something that you can learn from and continue to improve.
One loss doesn't break a season. The Mammoth get a chance to get right back at it next week. And the final score tonight, Vancouver 15, Colorado 9. Be sure to join us Saturday, January 14th at 7 p.m. when your Colorado Mammoth face off against New England Black Wolves at the Loud House. Visit coloradomammoth.com for ticket information and Altitude TV for all your TV schedules. This has been a presentation of Altitude Sports and Entertainment, a copyright telecast of the National Lacrosse League Incorporated, which may not be transmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express consent of the NLL. For myself, Jamie Shuchuk, John, and crew, thanks for your company and good night.